Good morning everybody from Disney's California Adventure. Super excited to be here today. My plan first thing this morning is to head to Radiator Springs. I believe that's going to be the one that's going to get the biggest queue, so I'm going to head there first. Obviously we've got Incredicoaster, Guardians of the Galaxy and Soaring. I think they're kind of the four main attractions, so hopefully we'll be able to tick them off fairly early this morning. Park hours are 8 AM until 9 PM, and then I believe there's a really good light show this evening, so I'm going to give that a go as well tonight. So yeah, should be good. Weather looks alright as well. I did put some cream on yesterday and I've kind of regretted it on the back of my ears, so I'll be putting that on shortly. So yeah, join me for what should be an absolutely fantastic day. 70-minute wait. I'm going to give Single Rider a go. Hopefully it's not 70 minutes in here. See you when I get off. Two rides on Radiator Springs Racers, I think that's what it's called. Yeah, that was good fun. Definitely recommend using the single rider queue as well. It is $8.40 on those two rides, so it's got a 70-minute wait. You've got to use that single rider queue, so you sat in rows of 3, so you get at least 1, if not 2 single riders per car going on there, so it's 2 rows of 3, and you think you're getting 2 seats on each in each car. So yeah, 100% recommend doing single ride if you don't mind being split up from your group. The first go I walked straight on. Second go I was waiting 5 minutes, if that, and there was quite a lot of people in that single rider queue. It moves really quickly. It's almost like the same as the main queue. So just to kind of give you a bit of a review of that ride. I would say it was good, I wouldn't say it was brilliant. You kind of go through the first bit, which is like the dark ride scene where you meet all the characters from Cars. You go in and you have a paint job before you race, and it's really setting the scene to go and have this big race against the car next to you, obviously. As you kind of come out of the paint room, you sit there for a second, and then you get launched down into the race. The race was good fun, however it is very short. That would be my biggest critique, is that I felt like it was a really short ride. The dark ride scene wasn't very long, and the racing bit really was not long at all. You sort of come into the finish and you sort of told who's won, and I was expecting to have maybe another bit of dark ride or a second kind of launch or something like that. Yeah, that would be my one criticism of that. I'm glad I haven't waited 70 minutes for it. I'd be disappointed if I'd waited 70 minutes for that experience with how short it was. But it is a good fun ride. That is what it's got going for it. My plan now is to head to Soaring, go and take that one off. It's on about a 20-minute wait. I kept an eye on the queue times for it yesterday, and it got up to about 100 minutes towards the middle of the day. So my plan is to do Soaring, and then go and do Incredicoaster and Goofy's Sky School, I think it's called, just to get the credit for that, because that should be pretty quick. And then Guardians after that, but we'll see what the queue times are after Soaring. Just come off of Soaring. It was okay at best. There's much better flying theatres out there. Things like Voltarium at Europa Park is miles better than that. There's a few things in there that I didn't like. First one being, I was sat on the right hand side car or train or whatever you want to call it of the flying theatre, and because of the way that the screen bends, it bent all of the images, so they were all kind of bent. So like the Eiffel Tower was like wonky, it was more like Leaning Tower of Pisa than the Eiffel Tower. Yeah, I'm glad I only waited half an hour for that. It really wasn't great, considering I've seen it at like 110 minutes or so. I'm very glad I haven't waited 100+ minutes for that. I'd be very disappointed. The one good thing in there was the smell pods. Like really good. When you go into the elephant scene, you really get hit by that grass smell. And then when you go into kind of the Fiji scene, it's hard to describe it, but they've done a really good job of getting like a seawater fresh smell. That was good, to be fair to them. But yeah, it wasn't the best. My plan after that was to go and do Goofy Sky School, followed by Incredicoaster. However, they're both closed at the moment. So just walk around here to have a look at the rapids. I don't think I'm going to do the rapids because it's not very hot today, but I will put some footage in of it because it looks absolutely awesome. Like, it looks really well themed. So yeah, as I say, I don't fancy getting soaked today, but I will. I'll show you some clips of it. Do Toy Story Mania. However, I'm literally about to get in the queue and I've just seen Incredicoaster to go around test it. So I've come over here in hopes that it's going to open pretty shortly. It's what, 10:05, so I'll give it 5 or 10 minutes or so. If it opens, I'll jump in the queue and get a pretty short wait. If not, I've only got 5 minutes. Hopefully we get the same result of Rise of the Resistance the other day. You can just see it in the background there testing. As well. Definitely, but looks very promising, that does. So hopefully we get it shortly, fingers crossed. So it's 10:05, we just opened those gates. And there was some code that came through on the announcement, so yeah. Oh, and it's just waving us through. I've literally been here 2 minutes, not even that. What an absolute brilliant result that is. Yeah, wonderful. There we go. Been super excited this go through. Just looked really good. Going on the kind of waterfront and the launches and stuff like that. So see you when I get off. First train of the day, not bad. Brilliant actually. Like, what a fantastic timing that was. Waited for 2 minutes by the entrance and it reopened. That was awesome, really good fun. Really enjoyed it as well. I didn't know I had a vertical loop. When I was getting on, I was thinking, oh, over the shoulder straights, this seems a bit over the top. But yeah, I can see why they do that now. With it being a Disney park, it just makes people feel safer. Even though you don't need one, you'd be fine with a lap bar. They get why for sort of general public and things like that. They put over the shoulder restraints on. The launch was quite good as well. Like, I'm going to get some footage of it in a second. But yeah, that exceeded my expectations. I did not did not think it would be that good. Yeah, really good, really smooth as well. Like, I was surprised how smooth it was. Again, you think over the, excuse me, over the shoulder restraints, you'd be banging your head and stuff like that, but no, absolutely no head banging at all. No, really, really good. Putting some off-ride footage for you now. Little nerd shot for you. They're cooling down the launch with water.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Hold on! 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Jigsaw puzzle. Let me get some of them. Come on.
Done Toy Story Midway Mania. It's difficult to say that actually, to try and say it quickly. That was really good fun. Good shooting ride. I have done one of them before. I think it's the Chocolate Mouse ride at Fantasyland. I think it's a similar one to that. So rather than pressing buttons, you pull a rope and it fires. What I really liked about that one is that the scenes were different. You were shooting different things. So in one of them you're shooting darts to hit balloons. In another one you're shooting like baseballs to hit plates. Yeah, so and there's a couple of other different scenes in there as well. I didn't get a great score because I didn't really know what I was doing. But yeah, I waited about 20-25 minutes for that or so. So yeah, that was good fun. And then I've just done Goofy's Sky School as well. That is a classic Mack Wild Mouse coaster. There is a single rider for that, but it's not advertised anywhere. It's like in the exit, so I didn't know that. So I waited about 20 minutes there. I do think if they're going to do a single rider, they should at least put a sign somewhere telling you that there is a single rider, because I walked straight through the main entrance and couldn't see anything. I mean, the single ride was probably about 10-15 minutes anyway, so it's not really cost me any time. But it's just for heads up for you guys that are coming. It's worth knowing that Goofy Sky School does have a single rider line. My plan now is to go to Earl of Sandwich and grab a sandwich like I did yesterday. It is, my watch will work. It is 11:25, so it's what, just before the lunchtime rush. So the plan is to go and do that, have something to eat, have a bit of a chill for 15-20 minutes or so, then go and get in the queue for Guardians of the Galaxy. That's not the right one. Yeah, I think it is Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout. Yeah, because Cosmic Rewind's the one at Epcot. Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout, because it's on about a 90-minute queue at the minute, so there's plenty of time for my dinner to go down. Don't fancy throwing up today. So yeah, that should be good. I'm really looking forward to doing this one, to be honest with you. I've done Tower of Terror, obviously, at Disneyland Paris, which is brilliant. One of my favourite rides, if not my favourite rides, at Disneyland Paris. I think it's absolutely fantastic. The story there is great, the theming's great, everything about it I really enjoy. So I'm excited to see how this one compares. I've not heard great reviews, but as I always say, I'll make my own opinion on that. Sort of similar to X2 really, and what people said about that, and Goliath and everything that I did at Magic Mountain earlier in this trip. I'm excited to just go and make my own opinion. I always say that. Try not to read into things too much. Yeah, have a look and see what people say, but don't just take that as absolute gospel and don't let that sway your opinion. So yeah, gonna head over to Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout next. This is either going to be a really good idea or a really bad idea. So this is the longest way in the park by a mile. This is on 120 minutes. Everything else is on 60 or below. So time is now, I hope you can see that, 12:09. Okay, I'm going to jump in the queue and we will see how long it takes me. I reckon, I'm hoping it'll be about an hour to an hour and a half, but it could well be 2 hours. So let's have a look and see. Oh my lord, that is the lightning lane queue. Yes, let's give it a go.
The plus one is going to be right overhead.
But again, at this time, we have best entries running at this time. We have your patience and cooperation. And we try to
And in typical Chris style, I get in the queue, I'm in there for 30 seconds, and the ride closes. Oh, that's a shame. I was looking forward to trying that and seeing if it would work. Yeah, well, give it a go later on, and I'll test the queue theory again. In terms of, I'll show you what time it is and what time I get off, because I do think Disney are overestimating these queues by quite a lot in order to try and sell fast lane, as you can see, or lightning lane or whatever they call it. As you can see from that queue, where they've sold a lot there. Yeah, not really sure what I'm going to do next. I'll have a look on the app and see, but I think a lot of people are going to be coming out of there, so yeah, wherever I end up, I will show you. Just come off of the Little Mermaid ride, which was brilliant. Really enjoyed that. If you've never done it before, it is the same style of ride as the Haunted Mansion or Phantom Manor if you've done the one in Disneyland Paris. Favourite scene was as you kind of come around the corner, sort of halfway through the ride, you go to, I'm going to call it the Under the Sea scene, where obviously you've got Under the Sea plane. There's loads of things to see in there, loads of good animatronics and stuff like that. Yeah, just really good. I love the car design as well, how they made it a clamshell. So my plan now is Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout has just reopened. Well, it reopened about 15 minutes ago, but it's currently on a 2-hour queue and there'll be loads of lightning lanes, so I'm not going to bother doing that just yet. I'm going to go and do the cars ride in Radiator Springs Racer, I think it's called. I'm going to go and do that next. I'm going to do that single rider, just so that you can kind of see in the middle of the day how long you'd wait. As I say, the time now is 1:30, well, nearly 1:30. I'm interested to see how quickly that line moves, if it's got any weight at all or whatnot. So I'm going to go and do that because I think that'll be quite interesting to see. So standby is on 65. Obviously going to do single rider. The time now is, if you can see that, 1:26. Let's see how long this takes.
30-minute wait for singles.
You have to wait.
Cool. She said about half an hour, so let's see. I'm not sure about that, but I think it might be a bit less, but we shall see. To be fair, even if it's half an hour, still cut the queue time in half. So yeah, let's go and have a look. I'll let you know. As I say, 1:26, 1:27. So let's see what happens when I get off. It's been almost 20 minutes. I should be on this next set. There's 3 people in front of me. planned 60-minute wait turned into 20. Take that. There we go, just been given my number. 20 minutes exactly, perfect. Just come off the ride, it is 1:55, so 30 minutes to actually complete the whole experience and come off the ride. Just walking down the exit line now. Just shows you how good single ride it can be when it's done on especially on a ride that seats 3 people. Most people are in a 2 or a 4, so as I say, you move like the regular queue, which is wonderful. I was on the other side this time, so I had 2 goes on the right hand side. This one I had to go on the left hand side, which was really, really good. I actually prefer that side to the other one. As you go into the bit where it splits off just before your race, you actually have your tyre changed rather than getting a spray paint job, so which is really, really cool. The car kind of moves to the right and then moves back to the left. Just really, really impressed with that single rider line. I queued from where the bridge is, so if you've been through the queue line you'll know where that is, so it gives you a rough idea of how long it takes. It should be about 20 minutes or so to get on, and it's, as I say, 2 o'clock, so it's peak time now for queues. To wait 20 minutes for a ride like that is brilliant. Plan now is to go to Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout and see what the queue is like for that. See if the Lightning Lane queue has gone, and if it has, I'll jump in the regular queue. If it's still out the front, then I'll probably just miss it for now and do it later on. I'm getting a bit worried that I might not get on it, but we'll wait and see. I definitely want to get on it at least once. I'd like to do it a couple of times, to be completely honest, so that I can fully experience it. But I think I'll probably only be able to do it once today. If there is a massive queue, I'm going to go and do, I think there's a Monsters Inc. ride here, so I'm going to go give that a go if there is a massive queue for Guardians of the Galaxy. So, we'll see. Stand by engine for 75 minutes. Let's see how long we wait. It is 2:05. So fingers crossed it's shorter than that, but we'll see. Been on Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout. I think there's only one place to start with that. The theme, I absolutely hate it. Like, really dislike it. Tower of Terror is so much better. Like, it's not even close. I'm trying to understand why they would do that to that ride. The only thing I can think of is they're trying to make it more accessible for families and kids, because I waited an hour and a half nearly. Okay, they had technical problems sort of 3/4 of the way through the queue, but it's like a party in there now. So you have like the kind of the dark theme still maintained to begin with. You kind of go into what was the library, it's now some bloke's office, and he's evil, and the guy comes and he's going to get you out, but he needs your hands to do it. You then walk through the into the kind of holding area before you get on the lift, and you're in that bit, and that's all still dark themed and dark in there, and there's no light, it's not upbeat. You then get on, and it's got Hit Me With Your Best Shot playing. It's like a disco. Everybody's kind of, when I say everybody, I mean the characters that on the screens are jumping up and down. It's like having a great time, and yeah, it just doesn't go at all. The ride is still great. I still enjoy the actual ride. Just the theme has been absolutely ruined, and I really hope that they don't start putting this everywhere. I have the feeling that they are, because it's Guardians of the Galaxy is a big thing, and I really get the feeling that they're going to start putting this everywhere, and I really hope that they don't. I would happily wait an hour and a half for Tower of Terror. I wouldn't wait an hour and a half for that. I'd wait 20, 25, maybe 30 minutes. Even though the ride is still great, it's just the theme takes away from it, and the suspense and the anticipation and the feeling that you get before you go on that lift, knowing that you're about to go through something quite scary is that anticipation, and that fear is just not there anymore. I didn't feel nervous. That's the word to describe it. I did not feel nervous going on that ride. I felt like just I was going on a normal ride, and for me, that's what that experience should be about. You should be getting on there, shaking, nervous, scared, worried about what's going to happen. Actually thinking, am I actually going to get off of this lift? Please don't put that anywhere else. Like, I'm glad I've been on it so I can give you a review. Unfortunately, it's the first negative review I've really had of this trip. Like, really negative one. Such a massive shame. Please, and I don't like that facade either. Like, the Tower of Terror one is so much better. So please, Disney, do not touch any of the Tower of Terrors that are left. So this is something that Disney do well, after I've just slated them, is the force perspective. So when I was walking down this street here, you kind of get to the end and you think that it carries on, but it really doesn't. As you can see there, you've got kind of the sky and the clouds that have all been painted on. But the way that they do the perspective is, if I hold the camera just there, it really feels like the street continues, which I think is a really cool way to make it feel bigger than it actually is. I'm heading over to the Monsters Inc. ride. It's called Mike and Sully Escape or something. What's it called? Mike and Sully to the Rescue. So let's go and give that a go. That's the last ride that I've got to do that isn't just like teacups with a overlay painted on it, or a flying saucers ride or anything like that. So yeah, I'm gonna go and do this one. It is nearly 4 o'clock, so I think I'll do this and then probably go and get something to eat after that. See you when I get off. Hopefully this is more enjoyable than Guardians of the Galaxy. Even though the ride won't be as good, I'm hoping that I enjoy the theme and what they've created here. So see you shortly. Thank you.
Have you done this? No. It's so funny. And he has to lay out straight. So you have to relax and do
Come on in, folks. Welcome to our lobby. So just thought I'd check in and update you. I haven't been on Monsters Inc. yet. I was going to do that, but I got in the queue and then the queue time jumped up to nearly 70 minutes. Well, it did jump up to 70 minutes, so I was like, I'm not doing that. So I hopped out and went and did Mickey's Philharmagic, I think it's called, or Philharmonic or something like that it's called, which was really good actually. I wasn't expecting that to be as good as it was. The scenes in there are from loads of different Disney movies. You've got Aladdin, you've obviously got Donald Duck in there, you've got Mickey, you've got Ariel, the list goes on and on and on. There's loads in there. Coco's in there. Yeah, there was loads in there. It was quite long as well. I think it was about 6 or 7 minutes. It's just a good 3D show. Definitely one to do as well when it's warm, because the air conditioning in there was nice. I mean, it's not too hot today, so it's okay. But the air conditioning in there was good, and it gets you out of the sun as well. So yeah, really, really, really good. Not sure what to do, to be completely honest with you. I mean, it's 5:15. Monsters Inc. I've got to do, because I really want to do that, but it's on an hour wait and I don't fancy standing up for an hour. All the other rides I've got 120-minute waits or something daft like that. I might go and do Radiator Springs Racers again and join the single rider queue there, but I don't really want to keep just lapping that, if I'm being completely honest. I'm kind of running out of things to do. It very much reminds me of Walt Disney Studios back in Paris, this park. It's not that big, really busy, yeah, and there's just not really a lot to do. It's the kind of the first really disappointing park I've had. I know that on day one in Disneyland it was a bit difficult, but that was more because of just how busy it was to do things, and I think that came across in the vlog, as where this one's just, I've done everything. Yeah, so I'm not quite sure what to do. I'm mainly just hanging around for the fountain show that's on later on, that's meant to be really, really good. A couple of people that I was talking to yesterday in the Rise of Resistance queue were saying it's meant to be fantastic, so I'm definitely hanging around for that. What I'm going to do between now and then, I'm not sure, because I've got nearly 4 hours until then. Yeah, as I say, I'm going to do Monsters Inc. at some point, but that's literally the last ride I've got to do. Yeah, not great really, if I'm being honest. Needs some investment and some expansion here for sure. Finally had my ride on Monsters Inc. Mike and Sully to the rescue. It's a pretty decent ride actually. It tells the story of Boo, who's obviously a little girl who comes into the Monsters universe when she shouldn't be, and it's all about how Sully and Mike get her back into her door to go back to where she's supposed to be. Only thing I would say is that it was a little bit short. Said that a lot today. You've got Radiator Springs Racers, that's on the short side. Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout is also on the short side. That's been on the short side. Just a lot of the rides here today have been on the short side when you compare them to what's over in the other park, such as Rise of the Resistance. And okay, that is a much bigger kind of investment, but it's 3 or 4 times the length of these rides today. Even Indiana Jones is much, much longer. Pirates of the Caribbean, much, much longer. It's a Small World is even longer than some of these. So yeah, all of the rides seem to be on the shorter scale, and having queued quite a while for some of them, especially Guardians of the Galaxy. And if I'd waited in that Radiator Springs Racers queue before that was like nearly an hour and 10 minutes long, I'd be really disappointed, to be honest with you. I think this park needs a real standout couple of attractions, sort of some real long rides. I think they've got a lot of good supporting rides here, but they're missing a Rise of the Resistance, a Indiana Jones type dark ride, and they're also missing a big coaster or something to that effect. Incredicoaster's good, really good, but again, it's more of a supporting coaster than a major coaster. So yeah, I think if I was going to come here again, which obviously I will do, the thing that I would do is I'd have 2 days to do both parks. So I'd do one full day at Disneyland, and then I'd do a park hopper. So I'd do Disneyland in the evening of that day, and I'd do Disney's California Adventure at the start of that day. I think that's probably the best way to do it next time. But that's part of doing these things is living and learning and giving you guys the advice, so that you don't have to go through this. Because I mean, it's 7:30 and I've taken it really, really easy today. I've not rushed around. I've been out of the park 2 or 3 times. I've just had a bit of a chill day, to be completely honest. I've gotten everything if stuff had shorter waits, I'd go and do them again and again and again. But I mean, just check Guardians of the Galaxy, that's on 2 hours now, so I'm not going to go and wait 2 hours for that. I didn't even want to wait an hour for it last time. Web Slingers is on an hour. You've got Goofy's Sky School, which you did before, that's on 75 minutes. You've got Radiator Springs Racers, that's on over an hour, and the single rider queue's at 50 minutes. So it just shows you that it doesn't quite have the capacity that Disneyland had. So hopefully they get a bit of investment here, because I definitely think that they need it to bring it up to the Disneyland standard. Not sure what the plan is next. As I say, I'm hanging around until 9 o'clock, so we've got, what, 2.5 hours or so to go, because I really want to see this light show. Apparently it's meant to be fantastic. So I'll probably find something to do in the meantime. I'll probably go and do, I mean, I haven't done Web Slingers yet, so that's the last dark ride I've got to do. The other couple of rides that are left is like similar to the flying one at Blackpool, I've forgotten its name now. As soon as you go in, which I'm not bothered about doing, I'm not going to queue an hour for that. And then there's some little kiddie balloon ride that is themed to, I can't remember off the top of my head now. No, gone. Yeah, themed to some very young kid Disney thing, which again I'm not bothered about. And with things like that, I'm just not going to do them, because I don't want to take up a space for a kid as well, to be completely honest. That's what I tend to do, is if I'm on like Snow White or something like yesterday, if I'm on the Chippendale coaster and things like that, and I get given a front row or something like that, I'll always give it to a little kid, because I'm not bothered. I'm just there to really get the credit, or to just experience it and just see it. I'm really not too fussed about a front row. So yeah, not the best day so far, but hopefully the light show will make up for it. We'll see. I'm sure I'll check in with you before then. Let's see where I'm off to next. Just come off of Spider-Man Web Slingers. Is that it? Wow, that was 3 screens. That whole ride was 3 screens. Like, that is the shortest ride I've been on today, and I've moaned about all of the other ones being so short. I can't quite believe that Disney have put that ride in there, if I'm being completely honest. I mean, literally 3 screens, that is it. I am amazed. I mean, the Toy Story ride that I did earlier had 6 or 7, maybe even 8. Like, you literally just get into it. I obviously know what I'm doing because of the one in Paris, but you've just started to get into it. You just started to find your rhythm and know what you need to do, and then it's over. I was like, wow. I genuinely, I'm in disbelief. That is an awful ride. The one in Paris is so much better. I think the one in Paris is at least 4 screens, if not 5. Yeah, very disappointing that was. Honestly, I'm trying not to moan. I promise you, I'm really trying not to moan. But yeah, it's getting a bit difficult now. I think my plan is I'm going to go and do Radiator Springs Racers single rider. Hopefully that'll cheer me up. I think this park is good. They're all really short rides, and when the queues are this long, you cannot have a ride that is 2 or 3 minutes after you've waited 60 minutes. Luckily, I did single rider there, so I waited 5 to 10 minutes. I've been waiting over an hour for that. I'm so disappointed. Yeah, not good at all. I was hoping it'd be longer and I'd have a good thing to say, but yeah, I really don't, which is really disappointing. Yeah, so I'm going to go and do Radiator Springs Racers, as I say, because I actually enjoy that ride. Even though it's short, I do enjoy it, and it should be a fairly short wait on single rider, I hope. It was about an hour before, so I didn't do it, so hopefully that's gone now. And then hopefully they've managed to fix Guardians of the Galaxy by then, and I can head over and do that afterwards, but we'll wait and see. I'd say that there's nothing else for me to do. I've done every single ride, every single dark ride. I've done absolutely everything. The only thing that will be left to do is do those flying rides that I mentioned before, which again I'm not interested in at half an hour, and I wouldn't be interested in them anyway to take a seat away from a kid that wants to enjoy that ride. So yeah, over to Radiator Springs next. One thing Disney always does really well is lighting and theming. That is just beautiful. Incredicoaster in the background there, Pixar Pier. Yeah, that looks absolutely awesome. Incredible at night. Really good. So it turns out there's 2 World of Colour shows this evening. We've got one at 9 and one at 10:15. So we're going to do cars, Radiator Springs Racers, East Lake cars, Radiator Springs Racers no matter what. And then if I can get off and watch the 9 o'clock one, I'll do that. If not, I'll wait till 10:15. Wow, the central sound looks really cool. Now that is awesome. Right, that is so cool.
There was.
Yeah, that exercise is really cool. Probably one of my favourite ones I've ever seen, that is. Yeah, really, really good. Let me know what you guys think as well in the comments, let me know. Right, I will see you when I get off. Queue's about the same, so I reckon probably about 25-30 minutes or so. I'll let you know. It's 8:15 now, so I'll let you know once I get off. See you shortly. So I managed to quickly get on to Radiator Springs Racers. It's such a weird name that I just can't seem to get it in my head. Yeah, again, same as before, it's good fun, just a little bit on the short side for me. The dark ride section is really good, and so's the race bit. As I say, it's just a bit short. I would like the race to be a bit longer. I also managed to get over here and watch the light and colour show. I thought that was absolutely brilliant, like really, really, really good. I made it with just a couple of minutes to spare, so I didn't have the best, I was going to say best place to stand, but it was great, really, really, really good. It was about a 20-minute show, so it's quite long by Disney standards. They're normally about 10 or 15 minutes, but it was wonderful. We had scenes in there from The Lion King, Mulan, Star Wars, Avengers. There was absolutely loads in there. Favourite bit was the Lion King bit. I've always loved The Lion King. I always get a bit emotional watching them shows as well. I just think they're absolutely brilliant. They just managed to, I don't know, it's the music and the characters and everything in there just manages to really sort of tug at my heartstrings, and yeah, it gets me a bit emotional, but I do enjoy watching them. And that's it really for me today. You've got here Incredicoaster going around in the background. I was planning on doing that, but that's jumped up to over an hour wait, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bit knackered after 3 days of getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning and being in park till gone 10 o'clock. So I'm gonna call it a day here. Overall thoughts on this park, and I need to find 3 good things as well. Overall thoughts on this are, it's a good park. Just the rides are a bit short. I mean, Spider-Man Web Slingers took the absolute mickey, if I'm being honest. 3 screens and that was it. Yeah, that's not good. That needs more in it. And just some of the areas really don't make sense. It's almost like it's just been kind of a bit bodged together, really. I mean, that San Francisco area, whatever it's called, is just plonked in the middle and has no real purpose at all, to be completely honest. I don't get it at all. The Cars Land is great. I think that this boardwalk area is absolutely brilliant, really, really well themed as well. And I think that the Avengers bit is not too bad either. I'm not a big Avengers fan. yeah, so they've got those bits of theming, and then they've kind of got that San Francisco, Tokyo, whatever area. Doesn't really make sense, just in the middle of the park, doesn't really do anything. The main entrance bit is just a bit weird as well. It doesn't really have a natural flow to it. And then there's kind of a bit off to the side where you've got Monsters Inc. and round there, and again that doesn't really flow to it, and the Avengers area is all mixed in with that. So I definitely think there needs to be something looked at there, and hopefully that they'll do that. As I say, but the rides here, while they're on the short side, they are on the good side. So if you can find a day with low queues where you can get plenty of re-rides, it's a good park. But waiting 120 minutes at 9:30 at night for Guardians of the Galaxy to go up and down on that lift 2 or 3 times, not for me at all. That's been the biggest, disappointment's the wrong word, the biggest letdown, the biggest bad surprise really was that. Yeah, just that retheme really doesn't do it for me. As I said before, there was no nerves going on there whatsoever. There was no anticipation. There was no, I'm scared of this ride and I don't know what's going to happen. There was none of that. It was, I'm going to go on this ride and have a great time, which I did have a good time. I just feel like those type of rides can really build up the suspense, build up the anticipation, get the nerves going, make you really scared. I remember doing Tower of Terror and being extremely scared going on it, and that really added to the feeling of it when you came off. You felt relieved. So coming off of there, I didn't feel anything. So I hope that they don't do that to any of the other Tower of Terrors. Really hope that they don't do that, but we will wait and see. 3 positive things. Where do I start with this? The show, that started with number 1. That was really good. Definitely recommend watching it. If you can get down here for 8:30ish and watch it, really get a good seat for it and enjoy it. 100% recommend that. Number 2, I'd probably say Incredicoaster. I actually really enjoyed Incredicoaster. I thought the launch was great. The theming of it is pretty cool. Being in this boardwalk area, and you've kind of seen pictures of it, and I've always wanted to get on it because of the pictures. It just looks really cool. Last good thing, struggling to be honest with you. Oh, Toy Story Mania. That's where I'd go with that one. Yeah, Toy Story Mania was wonderful. I liked how you weren't just shooting targets, you were shooting arrows at balloons and baseballs at plates and things like that, and I thought that was really cool and really well themed and really well done, and actually on the longer side, which was good. So yeah, that brings my Disney voyage to an end. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I've got one more park left, which is Knott's Berry Farm, which I'm also looking forward to. So I'm doing Knott's Berry Farm on Sunday, so that'll be my next vlog up on the channel. Yeah, Ghost Rider, super excited for that. That was the second sort of top bucket list coaster for me. Obviously X2 was number 1. I was a little bit let down by X2, but overall I enjoyed X2 in the end. So I'm super excited for Ghost Rider on Sunday. Hopefully it's open. It's been in maintenance all of the last 2 weeks, so it's meant to come out of maintenance on Saturday, so I've got everything crossed that it'll be open, because I'll be absolutely gutted if it's not. Yeah, as I say, that sort of is the last park of this California trip. It's been wonderful. I feel like I've got more and more confident with vlogging over the last few days as well, which has been great. Really stretched myself out of my comfort zone, but enjoying it and enjoying trekking around these parks. So yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed this Disney voyage. It's been absolutely brilliant, and I will see you at Knott's Berry Farm on Sunday. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Thank you. Bye bye.